Highgrove secretary claims racial abuse by Charles staff. A black former secretary of Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, at the country home in Gloucestershire, told an employee tribunal yesterday that she left after being racially abused by other staff. Elizabeth Burgess, 39, who had worked part-time at the Prince's Highgrove estate near Tetbury for 10 years, broke down in tears as she claimed the Prince's valet, Michael Fawcett, had called her effing N-word typist. I don't even like to say it, but oh God, that's painful. She resigned from her job in March, but it's claiming constructive dismissal because of abuse she claims she suffered. Miss Burgess of Bristol was asked by Adam Tolley, the Prince's solicitor, whether she had ever made a formal complaint about her treatment. She replied, weeping, "It brings back all sorts of memories. One time we were in the dining room and we were talking about the office Bible, the policy and procedures document that we were working on. And as I left, Michael Fawcett said, 'What the hell would you know about? You're just a N-word typist.'" As she's... God, this is bad. As he said it, the door opened behind me and I heard the Prince of Wales call Michael, and he just flushed and I ran into my office. She claimed that she had told Amanda Yaxley, Highgrove personnel officer, about the incident and had been told to make sure she had a witness. But she did not think anything would be done about it because we all knew that Prince Charles adored Michael and would not listen to anyone else, so there was no point in making a complaint because nothing would be done about it. Miss Burgess resigned after a dispute over her working hours. She is claiming breach of contract, constructive dismissal, alleging that Mr. Fawcett and Mark Boland, the Prince's deputy private secretary, had humiliated her and that she was sexually and racially discriminated against. She told the tribunal that the meeting with Mr. Boland she thought would be about annual leave entitlements, and when she returned to work after the birth of her second child, in effect, turned into a disciplinary hearing. They wanted a white face at Highgrove, and I was not that face, she claimed. In Prince Charles's household, there is still very much the old school, and they have not really taken to black people. I never felt part of the team, and there was always black jokes and names going around because it was a royal family and it is still protected. It has its own rules and regulations. We are servants. People who work for the Prince of Wales are not employees. And to be a servant's servant is bad enough, but to be a black servant's servant is worse. I would never have the old school tie, and I would never be one of them even though I did the job. Stephen Lampert, the Treasury to Prince Charles's household, insisted there was no reason Miss Burgess should have felt excluded. He told the tribunal there was no wish among anyone in the office to push Lizzie out of her job. She was a valued member of Prince Charles's household for a long period of time. He added, Highgrove is not managed in a confrontational way. Loyalty and experience matters a lot. Very rarely do we deal with things through confrontation. Prince Charles has frequently insisted that he opposes all forms of discrimination. His press secretary, Colleen Harris, is black, the tribunal continued. Well, now this article is from The Guardian, and the article is dated Friday the 7th, December 2001. And this article is from The Guardian. The writer was Stephen Bates. So this is the Michael Fawcett that has just resigned. This is the very same Michael Fawcett. Prince Charles' closest aide, Michael Fawcett, is forced to resign after damning letter reveals he offered Saudi donor help in securing a knighthood and British citizenship. Charles' closest aide, Michael Fawcett, quits after cash for favor scandal was revealed in 2017 letter. He dramatically resigned his top role as a £95,000 a year chief executive of the Prince's Foundation. Fawcett had said the royal charity would be happy and willing to use its influence to help wealthy Saudi donor and businessman Dr. Mahfouz Marai Mubarak bin Mahfouz. Woo, that's a mouthful. In light of the recent generosity, note says Dr. Mahfouz was touted to receive knighthood and citizenship support after sending six-figure donation. Well, what's new about that? But this is the same Michael Fawcett. This is the same Michael Fawcett. And I tell you, he looks like a real a-hole, but so be it. Well, anyway, that's just a little bit of history there. This is that same Michael Fawcett. Bear in mind, this Michael Fawcett, this very same Michael Fawcett, is the one that Prince Charles tried to push onto Harry and Meghan for the wedding. And of course, Harry refused because he already knew what Michael Fawcett was capable of. Remember, I've been saying this. They are going to try to humiliate Prince Charles out of the throne. Now, whether or not he ever has a coronation, I don't know. I can't say for sure that he will or will not. It depends on the timing. But I think some very dark forces are trying to find some kind of way to coerce Charles out of his future as the sovereign of the United Kingdom. I'm just saying.